welcome back to Kickin' It with Kruse, guys. Welcome back. Happy hump day? Happy hump day, guys. Hope you're having a great hump day so far. A good day. What's up, Thumper? Good to see you. It's been a while, Thumper. Hope you've been doing well. I don't know about father, but I'm not a father thumper. I don't know what you're saying about the father thing. Hey, father, but good to have you back. Anyways, also happy to have back. I know, Mr. Mike Casey laughing over there. He's laughing at me. He's like, what's about the father? Not a father yet that I know of, right, Mike? Welcome back.
Not that we know of. Yeah, sorry, I broke the code. Right, we can't talk until the host throws it over to you. So
yep, you broke the
start
code.
it off like that. Hey, Thump Star, how you going? How you doing, man?
You can be my dad, Thumper said. Oh boy.
I thought it might have been something like that.
Is that? I don't know what I do to that. Do I? I don't know. Peppy?
No comment.
Thanks, buddy.
Denied.
Denied. In my life, Thumper says. My father in my life. There you go. Yeah.
Much love, Mike. You know I love you, man.
What's going on?
Much
what's going
love.
on, Brian? I'm just hey, Pep Star. I'm just hanging out.
On the golf course?
Laying at the mini golf course like I do, yeah.
You knocked all your plants over, though. You gotta tilt them up the right way, Mike.
Are my plants knocked over? My landlady did this.
You know, if that was an actual laying down situation.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. It took me a second. Yeah, I want you to be able to see them. I don't want you to be looking at the top of the plants.
That makes sense.
So I set them on their side.
Makes sense. That's great. How you been, Mike? Good?
I'm good. My wife is just back from her tour of the United States. So we've been hanging out, swimming with the dog in the bay, cruising around town, eating some chicken wings.
Nice.
It's been good, yeah.
It's probably nice to have her back.
It is. It's very nice. I'm very happy to see her. We crunched through season 2 and 3 of Squid Games in the past couple of days.
Okay. What'd you think?
I thought it was horrific.
Yeah.
Maybe the end, like they seemed like they were padding it out a little bit, stretching it.
I wasn't really like the whole baby thing for me was a lot, but
they had to heighten though, you know, like there are probably only a couple of ways they had to turn the knob up after the first season because it was so crazy already.
But I'm like the baby. I was like the baby. Why the baby? Then they didn't hit the button at the end, and I'm like, why is nobody hitting the button? Hit the button.
Yeah, that was just earlier today. We were having that discussion.
It's like the one thing you gotta do. Like they've been saying it the whole time, the whole game. Hit the button and start and then go. But no. I'm like, oh, they're all. As soon as I saw, guys, spoiler alert. I'm like, they're all going down. Everybody's going down. The babies, the babies. It's the only one's gonna live.
My wife was calling me out for couch quarterbacking because the whole time I was like, oh, that's not what I would do. You know what I would do? I would have done it like this. Yeah. As if, the fact that my life was in immediate danger wouldn't have any effect on my tactical perception and ability to execute.
You'd have been thinking right away, like, you know what? I gotta hit this button. I gotta go. Wait, hold. Timeout. Some Zach Morris shit. Timeout. I'll hit this button.
You might be asking yourself how I got into this situation.
Yeah, right. As the guy stops and freezes in midair. No, this is one worse.
That would be funny. I like that pitch. No, I think it's actually good.
I think it's right.
Especially now that they brought it into the real world with Mr. B. They probably don't even like it on TikTok if you say the names of top creators on that other platform.
Probably not.
Do that.
Probably not. You could probably say the B to the E to the A to the S to the T, and they'd probably be like,
that's
no.
Why I'm getting better at it. I looked up the list.
Did you really?
We won't be talking about the Epster or his orangeness. I don't know. Yeah, well, just be creative, I guess.
Sir Orangeness, presidential orange.
We got you had some good stories in there today, Brian. I'm excited to chat with you about these.
There's a bunch going on. It's kind of funny because it's a slow day, but it's also like, you got to make fun with it sometimes and find the fun in there and kind of like, find the stories. And it's one of those days on a hump day, but I find the stories.
I thought particularly the feature stories were exciting today.
Oh, cool. Because I'm piggybacking off of those tonight for the show as well. I got a new guest.
I thought maybe.
Yeah, I got a guest tonight, Ami Khan from like one of the local places I go to. That's an actor. She's coming on tonight, so it'll be her first time on the show with Sean, and hopefully we'll have some fun too. But I know we'll have some fun with you and me.
Sean. Yeah, that's great. That'll be a good time, I'm sure. I will.
He misses you. He misses you.
And the Thumpster will have a good time. I know, dude. I was planning on doing a comic podcast with him and getting some homework. So I read the homework, but then on the day we were supposed to do it, I was like, I copped out for some reason, which I don't do. I'm reliable.
Yeah.
But I copped out on him, so I feel bad about that. I got to talk to him, or maybe I'll get back in to do a late night episode. For me.
We can always do it. We can always do it on here too. We got the TikTok. We got the Insta. We got the You to the Tubes. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be here. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with this whole thing. If like the boosts happen, if not, we'll see. I'm trying my best to keep doing this, but it's wearing on me, man. It's wearing on me.
It's a lot of content. You are pumping it out.
Yeah, and then I've had the interviews. I've been doing the separate interviews now with people. That's a whole other thing. And then the election ends a week from Friday, so that chapter will be closed, or maybe open. Who knows? For a long time. But I do know that I have something off the top. Knives out, guys. Take those knives out when you want to have a conversation. No, don't do that, probably. Just don't do that. But Knives Out 3, guys, is officially coming to theaters, which I think is great, because one of those things that when we were talking about the Rian Johnson movie, the third one in the franchise, Rian Johnson had said that, I know Netflix doesn't like to do this, but I really want to start bringing these movies to theaters. But it's only going to be like a 2-week period, but at least it's getting 2 weeks. It's getting 2 weeks in theaters. So November 26th, you'll be able to check it out. And then December 12th, it will actually launch on Netflix then too. So it usually comes out around Thanksgiving as it is for these movies. So it's kind of the same trajectory for the other two movies. But I think Rian Johnson's great. He actually made this happen. Now, of course, Benoit Blanc is back. Daniel Craig. He returns for the most dangerous case yet, guys. That's what the synopsis is saying. When a young priest played by O'Connor named Judd Duplapency is sent to assassinate a priest. I should not assassinate. Assist a priest. Where's my reading today, guys? Assist Josh Brolin, the priest. It becomes clear that not all is well in the pews. What a great little, something they're putting in there, the pews. After a sudden and seemingly impossible murder rocks around the town, the lack of the obvious suspects prompts local police chief to bring in that one man to rule them all when it comes to solving the cases. Benoit Blanc. Of course, Daniel Craig. Mystery, of course, murder, and a bunch of different whodunit is coming, guys. I'm excited for it. I like these movies. What's up, Jeff Dog? How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back, Jeff Dog. I like these movies, Mike.
Me too, man. What's not to like? It's kind of the way they keep putting them out. It kind of seems like a long-form TV show at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. The last one was awesome. Dave, a friend of the show, was in there. Good old Dave Bautista. Unfortunately, he met his untimely demise during that. I'm still sorry about that, Dave. I'm sorry if you're out there. Thank you. Yeah, man, I'm sorry about that. I know you had to go through a lot. But I do think that the last one was better than the first one, I think. I don't know. I like the second one a lot. The first one was really good, though, too. It's hard to tell.
Did you say that it's coming out for 2 weeks in the theater before it releases to Netflix?
Yes, they're getting a 2-week theatrical release.
They're giving it a chance.
That's great. Which they need to do more often. What's up, Chase? They have to do that more often. Like, just give it a chance. Put it on theaters. Let people watch it in the big screen. It'll make some money. I don't understand why they don't do that anyways, because it'll make money. It's not like they're going to lose money by doing that. And you'll get a great popcorn bucket out of it, too. So, like, why the heck not? Why would you not do that, Mike? Like
so you get the Batista bucket or like the onion full of popcorn.
Ooh, maybe it'd be an onion, a big old onion, and then or maybe I think a bunch of knives sticking out of the onion.
Mm-hmm.
That could be kind of cool.
Yeah. Like, no, these are great. Wait, I got one for you, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
That last audio project that I was working on, the full cast thing for Pocket FM. One of the main characters that I was tasked to do was an evil billionaire that like he was building these aquariums, like torture aquariums. And they gave us very, very little direction in terms of what they wanted from these characters. So I just cribbed direct, and I had a lot of characters to do, so I needed I was doing something like 60 characters, so I was reaching deep into the archives to pull voices out, and I ended up with Southern Georgian a la Daniel Craig. What's his character's name?
Benoit Blanc.
Benoit Blanc. There
Benoit
you go.
Blanc. Yeah, what a name, right? Benoit Blanc coming in. That's fun.
His name was Scooter Gastro.
I was going to say, we need a little taste of that right now. What does Scooter Gastro think about Benoit Blanc coming back?
I think the piranhas will be very hungry by the time your friends arrive. It was not great writing. It was, but it was, I think, adapted from a series that was popular in China. I don't know.
Have you done any more of those recently or no?
No, not lately. I now that you see, I got one of my dynamic mics, which is the one that I prefer to use on these. My wife, coming back from the United States, she brought a bunch of my audio equipment with. So if I get some mineral wool up on the walls, maybe I'll build myself a little studio here. I'm not sure.
Have you talked to them at all since all that has gone down? Have you talked to Pocket FM or no?
Nope.
No.
Nope, haven't really had a recording space set up. So
yeah, I haven't talked to them in so long.
We know the producers, so we can do a mass email. Let them know.
Yeah, and pop it out there and see what's going on over there. I haven't talked to them forever. I've been too busy. Just life, too much here.
You're live. You don't have time for recorded stuff. You're doing it live, baby.
I do it live. I was talking to somebody about it too. Like, don't you love editing? I'm like, no, I don't love editing. That's why I go live. It just. We edit live. It's easier that way. That's why I'm making content. I'm being productive, and the edit's there. And we have a salty little Chihuahua that's with us too the whole time. So I'm fine with that. So it's great.
That's true. Pepe would never stand for it.
Yeah, it's very true. Very
Stop,
true.
son.
Yeah, very much so.
I love my Ozempic.
All right, buddy. I'm happy that's working out for you. But I got to say this. Good to have you, Chase Thumper, still here. Yeah, I think this is great they're going to be doing this. Hopefully this opens the door for more movies to go theatrical. I think that Happy Gilmore should at least had a 2-week thing. I mean, that was a big sequel. And they should be doing more with their movies like that. They spent all these millions of dollars, and then they just drop it. I get it. It's for the subscribers sometimes. But even look at what was that? The one with Chris Pine. Not Chris Pine, Chris Pratt, and an 11, Millie Electric State, yeah, Millie Bobby Brown. That one was like $320 million budget on that thing, and they had the biggest cast ever. Yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah, and it lost its butt. Like, why would you not release something like that in theaters just to make some of that money back? No idea.
Well, dude, it doesn't make me mad. Like, I subscribe to Netflix, but if there was a movie that came out that I would watch in the theater, like this next Knives Out movie, I don't care if I want to. It's not just that I want to see the movie; it's that I want to have the movie going experience, right?
Yeah. I feel like Gen Z doesn't always want that though. Sometimes, like, they like to be at home. They like the attention, like fast pace. I think Gen Z
can wait. They can wait 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then watch it at home. I think they would love Toxic Avenger. I actually really enjoyed Toxic Avenger. That was a fun movie, Mike. It's very gory, very fast paced.
I'll have to watch it.
Very.
What was the budget? What was the budget on that one?
Like 20 million, something like that.
Oh, wow. That's incredibly high for a Toxic Avenger movie.
I think it was like 20 million. It's it's a trauma. So I mean, which is funny that they actually were. I'm gonna find out specifically because I want to make sure I fact check myself on cruise control. Sometimes I'll be wrong. I think it's like 20 million. I know they just put 5 million towards actually a good cause. No, I want a reboot. The original was between 500 and 700,000 for the original. So that's something.
Bargain basement.
Yeah, which that makes sense too. I mean, if you think about it.
That's why you do the horror stuff. That's why you make Attack of the Kisser Tomatoes.
Attack the Kisser Tomatoes. Yeah, I can't wait to see that. I actually hope that's going to be good. I hope it's going to be good. I mean, let me see. Toxic Avenger. I can't find the budget, Mike. Can't find it. Can't find it. It's not telling me here either. It's made $2 million so far, so hopefully they didn't spend $20 million on it. They said
I would hope not. Yeah, ouch.
It's only made $2 million. Woof.
It's been how long though?
1 weekend, but that's not a good opening weekend. But you got Bacon in there. You got Peter Dinklage. You got
for real?
Yeah, Kevin Bacon's the villain. Yeah, Kevin Bacon's the villain. Peter Dinklage is the Toxic Avenger. There's also somebody else in there too. I don't know. It's got a great cast. But what do you do, guys? Yeah, Knives Out. Bring more to the theaters, guys. Bring more to theaters. We got a lot to talk about though. So let's just dive into it, Mike. Let's get into a little bit of breaking news. What do you think? Sound good?
Let's do it.
Breaking news. All right, everybody, let's talk about, and I did not switch that graphic. Look at that, Brian. That's a womp, 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 womp. Let's talk about the Batman. I don't know why I don't have the Batman here. I'm doing too much, guys. How about this? Let's do that. Let's talk about the Batman. There we go. Batman, guys. So, Pattinson's Batman is officially going forward, and they're going to start shooting officially, finally, after getting that script in, going through it after years and years of waiting. They're going to start shooting January 1st of 2026. And, of course, Pattinson's coming back to be Batman, guys. We know that, too. Colin Farrell's coming back to be the Penguin. His role is apparently smaller in this movie. That's what he was saying. Now, do I believe that yet? We'll wait and find out. Also, Andy Serkis is Alfred. Jeffrey Wright back as Commissioner Gordon. Barry Keoghan, apparently he might be coming back. They're kind of thinking he's be back as the Joker. We'll find out. They had no release date. Well, I mean, it's supposed to be, I think the release date's moving right now because it's supposed to come out October of 2027. But I think it was 2026. I think they moved to 2027 now. I don't know if that date's still going to last.
Way away.
Yeah, it was supposed to be 2026, but it's not going to even start shooting until January of 2026. So I can't imagine it's going to come out in October 2026. So I think that date is moving. So I'll keep you posted on that too, because it was supposed to be in October, which is way not going to happen because they were supposed to start shooting like 6 months ago, Mike. So this is like way behind schedule, which, they didn't have a script. And even James Gunn was like, give him time. He's got to get into it. Like, I'm not going to push his process. Of course, being a writer, he probably gets that even more so. And he said he's really happy with the script now. So we'll have to wait and find out.
That's got to be tremendous pressure as a writer to have DC like breathing down your neck, being like, "We got everybody lined up. We're ready to shoot."
And then to have Pattinson in the press being like, "I'm getting old. I'm not going to be able to be Batman." I'm like, "You're 40, man. You're not old. You're fine."
George R.R. Martin is probably the only one who really understands.
Yeah, well, he deserves it. He deserves all the bad press. What's he been doing with that book?
We'll probably get to see the next Pattinson movie before we see Wizards of Winter or whatever the last.
Oh yeah, dude. When was the last season of Game of Thrones?
Like 25 years ago.
That's what it feels like. We've already had 2 seasons of House of the Dragon in between. 2019. May 19th, 2019 it stopped. And that dude still has no book. And he literally said recently, he's like, I'm working on it. I got this project and don't worry, don't rush it. It's happening. I'm like, I don't believe you, man. You got nothing. That series came out and you were like, oh, people hate this. I don't know how I do something that's actually going to make people happy. Maybe he's hoping that stench of that last episode or that season are going to be gone, and then people forget about it. Then he releases it.
It's been a couple of news cycles, man. I'd hope the stench would have faded by now.
You would think so. Like I didn't hate, but I still think the ending for the King was dumb. Like you set it all up. We got it set up to be Jon Snow. Let's just be honest. It was supposed to be Jon Snow. All set up. Sometimes you just give the people what they want. Just do it. You just do it. Just do it. He's a Targaryen already. Just do it. No? Okay.
I kind of think, did it make it feel any better going into it, like having the internet already be up in arms, like knowing that everybody hates it before you watch it?
Yeah,
it
probably
made me feel
it better.
A little bit better. Yeah.
Because you have low expectations then, right?
Yeah, low expectations are always great for TV series and movies. You have a better time going in not expecting anything.
Dude, I have high expectations for Dexter right now, which is the last episode's going to air tomorrow night, and I have super high expectations, and I don't want to let myself down. But, they're going to let me down, though. They might let me down, though. Who knows? You never know, Bite. But I got to say, the Batman, finally coming. It should be good. I hope so, right?
You know what I was reading the other day? This isn't even something, and that's part of your dossier that you send over to everybody. Pattinson was saying that he pulled his characterization of Batman by getting deep into the lore of Shadow the Hedgehog,
What?
of Sonic fame. Yeah.
I did not see that.
I mean, he's a known troll. He likes to have fun with the interviewers, with the press junkets. So I don't know, but maybe he did, or maybe that's just what he had on in his trailer before they asked him.
I love that. Maybe he's a big Keanu Reeves fan too. But I guess Shadow came out before Keanu Reeves was Keanu Shadow. And I think Batman 2 came out before. Yeah, it did. Batman 1 came out before Shadow the Hedgehog with Keanu Reeves. So I had a dream with Keanu Reeves last night. He was leaving a party. It's the weirdest thing. And I met his son at a bar. It was the weirdest dream ever.
Did he say, "We're having a party"?
I wish he did. I think he said, "Whoa," as he walked out. Whoa. And we bumped into each other, and then he was gone. Batman? Who's Batman? Batman.
He must have been in the running at some point. He would have been on short lists probably a couple of times when they were casting Batman movies.
I could have seen him being Batman, right? You think that it kind of makes sense. Like,
he kind of does the slow talking thing a little bit anyway. Oh, he'll just have to make it like a little gruffer. Like, actually, he would sound like a Southern California Batman. Well, I guess he's Hawaiian.
Dude, I love that. Why are you not casting this, Mike? Why are you not casting this?
I like it. I like Keanu Reeves as Batman, but I want to give Keanu Reeves all the work he can get because I like his vibe. As I say all the time when I'm defending Keanu Reeves, which I do on a daily basis, it's naturalism is not always the actor's job.
Very true. Very true. My camera just dip out for a second.
Yeah, you're a little fuzzy.
Weird. I don't know why it dipped out.
We both got the beards back, Brian. We're both a little fuzzy. Yeah.
We're rocking the beard. I've been rocking the beard a little bit. Why is this being weird about my camera right now? It just dipped out on me. I go over here. I go over to this one.
Clicking around all over there.
Unable. Oh, is this thing doing something weird? I don't know.
Idris Elba was Knuckles, right?
Yeah, Idris Elba was Knuckles, man. I loved Idris Elba. He's great, man. He's so freaking great.
I still haven't seen any of the Sonic movies. Have there been 3 so far, or is just the 2?
You have not. They've been 3. You've not seen them?
I haven't. No.
Dude, they're fun.
They got to be streaming somewhere. Are they on Paramount?
I think Paramount Plus. You can watch them on Paramount Plus. Dude, you should check them out. They're a lot of fun.
I know I want to. I just haven't got around to it. I've been busy watching reruns of The Sopranos. Reruns? Do people even know what you mean when you say reruns? I can see Brian, just fine.
Okay, there was something weird happening right there. I don't know. I don't know what happened with my phone. I think because I have 2 phones and I have one as my camera and one as my actual phone, it just sometimes tells me to go F myself. I don't know why, but it does it. But yeah, Mike, you should watch it though.
Get used to it, man. The rise of the AI. They're coming for your camera first. They're going to be coming for your underpants tomorrow.
Oh, they will. And, Pennywise will be coming for your children, too. But Pennywise is coming, guys. And the Welcome to Derry, the new anticipated prequel series to, of course, the It franchise with Bill Skarsgård coming back to be Pennywise. I'm in my kitchen, gonna get the children. Launching officially on October 26th. I don't know, that was like Towley and that for some reason. I got Mr. Hanky a little bit, too. Coming on October 26th at HBO Max. Officially, they give a release date for this. Set in Stephen King's whole world of Pennywise. So if you guys, what's up, Atlanta 76? What's up? Good to see you back. Yeah, good to have you back, Pat. Atlanta, how you doing today? But yeah, the Welcome to Derry finally have the official release date. Now this is going to be like a prequel series, but they're going to do 3 seasons, but they're going to keep going back in time. So like the next season's like taking place, and then they'll go back all the way to the 20s for the first season. And the first season when you actually get to see Pennywise become Pennywise, but it's like going back in his history back in time. So they plan on 3 seasons. As of now, we're going to get the first season set in like the 70s, and then they were supposed to go back to the 40s, and we're supposed to finally go back to the 20s. So it's going to keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It's crazy. And maybe Chalamet will be cast in there too.
Chalamet, no!
They're announcing 3 seasons already?
Yeah, that's what Muschietti said. Muschietti said he wants to do. Chalamet!
I can see the little twinkle in your eye.
It's very ambitious, right? But Muschietti, he did the original ones, and he did the movies, and now he wants to do all that. He wants to move it forward, you know?
I gotta say, having it set in different time periods, I love a period piece, Brian.
Yeah.
And like it's really easy to see what 70s creepy. It's not even circus at that point, though. Actually, what they're really getting me with is this idea of in the 20s, back when I don't know, some entity glommed onto a circus clown or something.
That's like, what I want to see.
It makes me think of like the movie Dumbo, like there's just that creepy circus old time, like amber filter vibe. And that's definitely naturally spooky. I don't love all the spooky stuff, but the old circus stuff, I guess, is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think going way back like that is like might be really fun. Like, of course, they want to work their way back. I maybe by doing the first season with Pennywise being Pennywise, it'll get people to be attracted to the show and make them want to keep watching. Maybe they're afraid about doing like a kind of like a, I guess, backstory of the character, but it still kind of is,
right.
It's working backwards.
Right. They want him to be continued from the existing character, so they go somewhere nearby in time. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But then also it seems like, well, if the most interesting part of your pitch is in season 3, like, how are you going to sell your project?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying too. It's like that's like our big moment. You're like, well, we're gonna keep going backwards, but people keep watching, and it's like at the very end, you're gonna find him be like a little penny baby, and then he'll like we've actually already seen that in the movies too. It looks like a little penny baby, So I don't want that. I don't want that.
They might be feeling brave. I saw that the It universe has sold like 1.2 billion.
Yeah, it's done really well.
That's huge. Like I didn't realize it was anywhere near that culturally pervasive of a series.
Take my money.
It's been. I mean, that's between both movies. So like that's part 1 and part 2. And they still had a pretty big cast. The budget on that wasn't tremendous. So they made good money on it.
The first one came out in late 80, like 89, something like that. And it was on HBO, right? They probably put it in theaters.
It was in theaters before the Tim Curry one. You're saying Rocker,
mm-hmm.
That one, and then they did part 1 and 2 for the actual one with Muschietti as well, which had the kids and then grown up versions of them in the second one. But again, they just kind of split it into 2 movies. The original one was all that together, and they wanted to draw it out a little bit, so they put it into 2 parts. And I guess Muschietti has a lot of ideas for this whole franchise. The fact that Skarsgård is coming back too, I think that people are pretty excited about that too. I mean, you can't really do Pennywise that Pennywise, right?
Do you think he's? Sorry, I shouldn't be asking the host. You can't do Pennywise without Pennywise. No.
He's the. You can ask me anything, Mike. We're kicking it.
It's interesting. I'm trying to follow the rules. I'm trying to follow the TikTok rules, and I'm trying to follow the Kruse rules.
Yeah. TikTok rules will get you.
I don't know. I guess we don't have a lot of series about mind invading dream world kind of creatures like that. I'm trying to think. There's a species in D&D that they've got a tentacle face. Mind flayers. They kind of creep into your mind. I think they talk about them in Stranger Things sometimes.
I was gonna say it reminds me of Stranger Things.
Yeah, but it's an interesting concept. But we don't have a lot of different franchises exploring that. It's not like it's not an existing trope very much in cinema, at least.
Yeah, you're right. It really isn't. Do you think it'll do well, Mike? Do you think bringing that in will work? And do you think that this series can do well?
When I saw the idea, I was like, I don't know, maybe. But then I saw that they had 1.2 billion in box office, and I mean, like, that's huge. You really don't even need to pull all those people into your show to make it worthwhile. So maybe they'll get 3 seasons, although it is ambitious to declare that off the start.
It's super ambitious. I think it's also ambitious to be doing a Young Frankenstein series, but they're doing it. The Young Frankenstein series is moving forward. Cary Elwes is now attached to be playing, of course, they're saying the President of the United States for this series, which I'm just like, I don't know, we need a President of the United States in Young Frankenstein, but apparently we do. I don't know where the President of the United States actually fits in here, but okay. FX series. Of course, we have the original people attached to this. We're talking about Mel Brooks being attached to this. Also, What We Do in the Shadows, like the whole executive cast the executive team from that creative team for What We Do in the Shadows is coming on board. Stephanie Robinson, who will serve as the writer and the showrunner. Oscar winner Taika Waititi's attached to this as well, who will direct the pilot, and Garrett Bosch as well. So you got that team that people love that series. So again, they do great comedy. They're doing Dracula, of course. We're doing Frankenstein now for them. I think it could be fun, but I'm also worried about I get what they're doing because they're like, oh, we did the vampire stuff, Mike. Let's do something with the rest of Frankenstein. We're in that world. Let's go. And then you got Mel Brooks on top of that. You're having the comedy come right in because, of course, Young Frankenstein was a big comedy. I think it naturally works. The creative team behind this. But do people want to watch a Young Frankenstein series? I mean, it seems lofty. It could be fun. It could be fun, but you don't have the original, you don't have the original cast, and that's always a big deal for me. Mel Brooks is attached.
Gene Wilder, Cloris Leachman.
Yeah. Like, how do you do it without? And I feel like Gene Wilder really made that. He really did. He was such a big part of it.
FRANKENSTEIN.
You excited about this, Mike?
I am. This is the first I've heard of this story when you sent it along, Brian. I'm super excited. I think there's a good argument to be made that the Young Frankenstein is one of the best couple, at least, Mel Brooks movies. Of course, I'm always partial to Robin Hood Men in Tights. Men in Tights. Which is that's a controversial pick. But did you ever see they made History of the World Part 2? Obviously, History of the World Part 1 was a Mel Brooks movie from back in the day.
It was on Hulu. I didn't watch it. Was it good?
Yeah. It was super good. It was super funny. I liked it a lot. It retained a lot of the humor style, very irreverent. And I think because we were watching Naked Gun the other day, and we're always talking about how we need more of this goofy stuff, right? Like,
yeah,
especially on TV and in movies. And I just think that the opportunity is there because Mel Brooks, he's exactly in that style. He's one of the originators of that kind of super goofy humor. So I would love to see that. I will absolutely be turning in right away. And the fact that it's a lot of the creative team is behind What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah.
Did you watch that whole series, Brian, or no?
I did not watch the whole series. No, I watched episodes here and there when I catch it online or on TV. But no, I haven't watched the whole thing.
You got to get back in there, man. It's probably the funniest TV series in the past 10 years. I would probably say that unequivocally.
I do love
I'm a huge fan.
Harvey, who's in it, Harvey Gillian, and he's really funny. He's very animated. He was on Thundermans with me, and he played so he played Blobbin was his character. He's like, Thunder Fam! Hi! He's kicking and chopping. He's like, yeah, we're doing Thunder Fam. This is gonna be great. He was awesome. I liked Harvey. He was such a nice person. Yeah, he's Harvey. I saw him do those karate chops and stuff so many days on Thundermans.
He's very good, and he probably had the hardest role being the straight guy in the series.
Yeah, and he's such a sweetheart though too. So it's like every time I think about him, like it's a nice guy. So I always want to cheer people on that are good, and doing some great stuff. But I did 5 seasons. I think it did. What We Did in the Shadows. Is it 5?
I think you're right.
Yeah. It's a lot. And they just ended not too long ago. So I guess those showrunners looking for something fun in that same world. They don't make any crossover there. They bring any of the vampires over too, you think, from What We Do in the Shadows?
Oh yeah, why not?
They could easily do it.
I can very easily see him making a cameo in this series.
I feel like it'd be very simple.
Was he a werewolf in What We Do in the Shadows? I think he made a cameo in that one too. But yeah, it's a bunch of New Zealand guys, right? And they're all tight.
Yeah. So I'm like, why not? Let's just make it happen. It could be fun. I really could be fun. I remember when I announced this, people were like, what? I'm like, if you're gonna, as opposed to doing a reboot, you know what I mean, a reboot movie. You just do a series. Right. Maybe there's more content there to be had, more fun to be had. We'll see. Guys, follow, share as always.
I don't know if History of the World Part 2 was very successful. They definitely didn't make a second season of that. And part of that, I have to wonder, is how many people much younger than us have any awareness of Young Frankenstein at all.
That's the thing too. I talk about that all the time. Like, it's like, is a young audience actually going to watch this? Does a young audience actually care? And that's, if you can't attach them, like we was talking about Marvel last week, they're trying to bro out now. They're saying they want to bro out for the Gen Z 25-year-olds. It's got to be more brodacious. And I was just like, I don't even know what that even means.
What does that mean?
Like, that's what Bob Iger was saying. It's got to be more broy. So it means, I guess, more action, more suspense, more over the top. Not these like drama stories. We're gonna give it some more. So more like this, more broad, more big muscular men, maybe.
How could they possibly have more big muscular men? Like, I literally have no idea what that means. I think that Bob Iger might not have any idea what that means. I
don't think he does. I really don't think he does. But did you see that? The Frankenstein that I talked about yesterday, Guillermo del Toro. Yesterday I talked about that. His Frankenstein movie also got a standing ovation for 15 minutes at the Venice Film Festival. 15
that's very
minutes. Christoph Waltz is in there. Jacob Elordi plays the monster. Also, who else is in there? Oscar Isaac. So he's playing Frankenstein. So
Guillermo's whole oeuvre is kind of like, he humanizes the monster, and he sees what the human monster dichotomy is kind of on a metaphorical level, and he works within that. And you have to imagine that that's almost entirely informed by Frankenstein at the very earliest, right? By the book, because that's what the book is about.
Yeah.
So that makes 100% sense that he knocked it out of the park. That makes me happy. I'm a big Guillermo fan.
Dude, everyone's like raving about it. It's coming to Netflix, of course. So it's a Netflix movie. I think they're gonna do like a limited release, kind of like this. They're gonna give it that too, which I think it needs to happen, because I think that only makes it better to bring it to theaters for like a couple weeks at least, give people a chance, and then branch it out from there. And I'm excited to see what happens with it, man. Have you seen the trailer for it yet?
I have not. No.
You should watch the trailer. I wish I could play it here, but on TikTok you can't do any of that stuff. You can't do any of it. Because they tell you no. They tell you stop it. Don't try. If you do not pass go. You're not collect on $200, and you go back to TikTok jail, which nobody wants to go to TikTok jail. That just don't want to happen. But I do want to see, as we're talking about this whole Dracula Frankenstein thing, guys. I do want to see this new Dracula movie. So Dracula's new movie, Dracula, is like the musical, they're calling it, because there is a lot of music themes throughout the whole thing. It's not like they're singing and dancing. When I first heard about like the musical, and I think it was Atlanta 76 was telling me about it before, and I was like, a musical of Dracula, but it's so different than that. Now, Vertical has acquired North American rights to Luc Besson's fantasy horror romance, Dracula, A Love Tale. Now, this is coming out, they're saying the first quarter of 2026. It did great overseas. It was in France, and it was playing at all these different film festivals. People are raving about it. The trailer looks fantastic, too. But it is a fantasy love romance. So, honestly, I can't wait to see how this breaks down. The music was really cool, too, when I was watching the trailer. But it is based on Bram Stoker, of course, Dracula, and it's going to follow a 15th century prince, Jones, played by Jones, who denounces God after a devastating loss of his wife. He inherits an eternal curse. He becomes Dracula, condemned to wander for centuries. He defies fate and death itself, guided by a single hope to be reunited with his lost love. It looks great. This is, again, we're getting this Frankenstein Dracula stuff these days, and I am all about it. And this one too, when you watch this trailer, it's just really well done. Cinematography is beautiful. Reminds me of Nosferatu a little bit with how it's shot, but also like its own kind of world. And the acting looks superb. Christoph Waltz looks great in this as well too. Again, like, it's one of those movies you see it and you're like, oh, and the guy who plays Dracula, I've never seen him before. I think I've seen him in a few different things, but so good. And I think the Dracula looks better than Nosferatu's, because I didn't like the mustache, Skarsgård's mustache. I did not like it. I didn't care for it. It was weird. It was like, it's weird how he did this thing. Like I was gargling on something. I think this performance breathes and actually speaks to me better based off the trailer. We'll see when I actually see it. I'm excited because I didn't know if this is going to actually come to States, if they would get distribution or not, because it was a French film, but it is coming here.
I was wondering, yeah. So it's a French film directed by, legendary director Luc Besson.
Yeah.
but they made it in English for release in France.
Yeah.
Or was France just supposed to be like a test market?
I think it was probably a test market, but English. It's in English. They did it in English. So wild, right?
I mean, I'm a little burnt out on all the vampire stuff. We've been hitting that hard for the past 20 years or so, but maybe it's an evergreen monster. Could be. Maybe
there's supposed to be a lot more music.
Here to stay.
It's a whimsical Dracula romance movie, though, Mike.
It's whimsical.
It looks pretty dark.
I don't think I've seen a whimsical Drac before.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait. What was the one? Oh, Count Dracula.
Oh, Count Dracula. Yeah, I was going to say the Dracula musical by from I forgot what was that? What's the movie called? Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Okay, yeah.
Getting kind of hard to believe things are going to get better.
He wanted to make that movie started as the puppet musical, though, basically, right?
Right, yeah.
He said they were like, dude, you're never going to get this made. Give up on this.
I'm going to throw it in a movie then. I'll just have fun with it. And he's performing on a late night talk show and stuff. You know, it's kind of fun. I was trying so hard to believe. Yeah, it's so good, man. I don't know. Dracula, guys. Frankenstein, Dracula coming. A tale as old as time, the odyssey of all these mythological horror film creatures. And also another big thing is, of course, the Odyssey itself is coming out, Mike. And, you know, this is something that we've been talking about for a while when it comes to this because, of course, Tom Holland, right? Tom Holland all the time, popping up everywhere. Tom Holland was talking about this. He was like, the script, he says, the best script that he has ever seen and he's ever read. Best script. That's pretty big words to say. Best script you ever read. And he actually said working with Nolan is a real collaborator. He knows what he wants, but it's not an environment where you can't pitch ideas or build characters or certain ways, which I agree. When I worked with Nolan for years, Nolan's great. He knows exactly what he wants. He actually cut scenes in the middle of them because I'm not going to use any more of this scene in the edit. And he'll stop. He'll stop. So he won't actually just shoot a whole sequence if he knows that shot's only for this dialogue right here. And he'll hit the before, the after, he'll say cut, moving on. Got it. I love that. He said the best experience I've had on set, incredible. And he went on to say, I was super excited a different way, and I think the movie is going to be unlike anything you have ever seen. It's coming out July 17th of 2026. It's crazy they're already promoting this, and actually the early screenings were already sold out, which is a crazy thing too. The early previews are already sold out in a bunch of different cities because they put the tickets out. The IMAX is sold out for sure. IMAX opening day is sold out. They actually put it out a year before it was coming out. They actually released the tickets a year before. Wow. And it's got a John Bernthal in here, Matt Damon's in here, and of course Tom Holland. I can't wait to see this. I love Nolan. I love all the stuff he does. Worked with him for years too. I'm like, yes, Nolan, do more stuff, and I'm always gonna be about it. So I believe that's gonna be great.
Who plays Odysseus?
Matt Damon. Matt Damon. Okay, yeah. Yep.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he's like lost, and like they have to find him, you know, and then he's gonna help out save the empire, you know.
And then his dog is the only one that recognizes him.
Yeah, because Homer was too busy going, "Don't!" Yeah, you know, that's bad joke.
Slow clap. You can have it.
Slow clap. I want to give myself a clap button on that one, Mike. It's not going to happen. But first of all, no push today. Notice that happen again. Secondly, I'm excited, dude. I can't wait to see this. It's going to be a great epic movie. I mean, I think the great casting, and I think Tom Holland is probably going to show us a side of him we haven't seen before. I'm going to say that too. I'm putting it out there. New side of Tom Holland.
The definition of epic. It doesn't get more epic than the Odyssey. They coined the word epic for the Odyssey.
Yes. Big. I mean, that's like, yeah, they really did. It's like epic Odyssey. They literally say it in the title, don't they? It's like
the Homeric epics. Odyssey and the Iliad, yeah.
The Homeric epics.
That's actually good. That's actually good for the poster. The definition of epic.
What is that? You're saying the whole movie?
No. You just say the definition of epic. Oh, the Odyssey.
The Odyssey. That'd be great. Mm-hmm. Come on, guys, get with that going. What's up, John? How you doing today? Put that out there, man. I love it. I really hope that this does I think it will do fantastic. He shot the whole thing in IMAX. Mr. Mike. Without a hat. Oh, first time he said.
Yeah, you guys got long memories.
Yeah, right there, Mike. Mike's not rocking the hat today.
Yeah, I got my usual cans back from stateside, so I felt bold. I'm happy to have him back.
You felt like it was good to not rock the hat today. What's
Yeah,
up, Atlanta? Thank you for the like.
Who's better than Christopher Nolan? I mean, who's even in that league? Like Christopher Nolan, Steven Spielberg. How many other directors have achieved that level?
I feel like Denis getting up there now. Villeneuve. I feel like he's getting up there with everything he's been doing. I feel like he's getting in there. Do you put?
There's not a lot of them.
Ridley Scott? Do you put him in there?
No, not for me, man. Too many bunts. Not enough homers.
How about
not enough homers?
Oh, how about Michael Mann?
Michael Mann? What did Michael Mann direct? I don't know.
He's done.
It's hard off the top of your head when you're doing it live.
He's been around. He did. I know Michael Mann did. Was it one of the Bad Boys too? But who else? How about
Michael Bay?
Michael Bay. How about Michael Bay? I don't know. Looking sharp, John. You looking sharp too. Michael Bay. I wouldn't say he's one of the best ones. I mean, James Cameron, maybe you put him in there. Maybe I don't know.
Cameron, maybe. But there's only. My point is that there's only
Scorsese.
a half dozen of those
Scorsese,
guys.
however you want to say it.
Scorsese. But then again, he's doing a little bit of a different thing. He's not kind of aiming to appeal to all of humanity the way that Christopher Nolan is. I'm excited about this. Did you ever watch? I've only seen one other, telenovela adaptation of the Odyssey. It would have been the 1997 TV miniseries with Armand Assante. I'm trying to remember. We weren't in the same social studies class.
I feel like
Brian.
I think we watched that in school. But I couldn't tell you.
That's what I'm talking about. Was that
I couldn't
Mr.
tell you.
Brown's class or something?
Yeah, I think that's Mr. Brown would do that. He would do he did a bunch of history stuff. Yeah. I couldn't tell you though, like 1 minute of that series at all. Couldn't tell you 1 minute. Maybe if I put it on again, I'd be like, oh, I remember this now. But my brain is like shut that out a long time ago. I'm trying to think about Mr. Brown's class. All I remember in Mr. Brown's class was doing that video to Bohemian Rhapsody where we were dancing around and we were hugging that Kelly pillow.
You can't say something you can clip out of our there's no context that your audience will accept for that, Brian.
Nope, there isn't. Nope. It was a pillow. So for context,
the pillow was named Kelly, okay? It was a normal pillow.
A normal pillow. But back in the day there was a Rice Krispies commercial. And the guy had made a whole Rice Krispie that looked like the shape of a girl, and it went in the pool, and it melted down to nothing. And he was like, "Kelly, no!" And so we named the pillow Kelly. John, it's a whole thing, John. Social studies.
When was the last time you saw that? When was the last time you saw that commercial, Brian? I watched it not too long ago. That's really probably still the funniest commercial of
college,
all time.
maybe college. I'm surprised it's still in the noggin right now. I'm surprised it's still there.
Look it up, guys. If you're interested for the context of that story,
it was Rice Krispies, right?
Head over to one of those other. Yeah, it was Rice. Look up Rice Krispies Kelly commercial. Very, very funny stuff.
John says they call it history class now, not social studies.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Do you accept Tom Holland's assessment of this? Do you brush him off? You say, well, he's a young actor. He's all he knows from is Spider-Man, or do you accept that going into this is like a high praise from one of the actors in it? Because it definitely doesn't sound like he's just doing the promo circuit, just pumping up the project.
Yeah, it's super early for all that too. It's super early for any of that kind of hyping it. So I think I believe him. That probably is one of the best scripts he's read. I mean, Nolan's scripts are fantastic, man. I think he does a great job. Put a lot of thought into it too. Never trust shorties. That's what John said. Oh boy. But I will say this. I think he has leaked things before and he's had some trouble with the press. I feel like this is honest. I feel like this is honest for him. And I do think that this is going to be one of Nolan's biggest films. I really do think that it's the biggest budget Nolan's put on a movie. He's put a lot of time in. He's expecting to do like a year in post pretty much. There's a lot of work he's doing in this. So I think this could be.
It's the quintessential story of the Western Hemisphere, basically. I mean, obviously that's an ethnocentric or a culturally centric take, but for the Western world, it's definitely one of the founding stories.
Oh yeah, and I think that it has never really been done in a big, like a giant format like IMAX in that big theater experience that well, where you're actually putting the time and the effort to make this thing look like it's actually like portraying the story the biggest you can with the best graphics, best cinematography, best storytelling. I mean, the story itself writes itself. I know that, but like the biggest version of it we're ever going to see is going to be this Nolan version. And I think there's a lot of people that are really going to love it, and there are people that won't even know what it is. That's going to open up their minds to that whole world, which I think is something that Nolan's trying to do here too. Open people's minds up. He's always trying to get people to think. He always is. And I think that, probably Tom Holland's like, whoa, what is this? Because he does all these like, I mean, I love the Spider-Man movies, but they're not a Nolan movie, Marvel movies are great, but they're not Nolan. I wish Nolan would do a Marvel movie that big. He's done DC. It'd be great to see Nolan do a Marvel movie. Like if Nolan did an Avengers movie, oh my God, I would love that. It'd be crazy, but we're never gonna get something like that. And I think that opened up his eyes. Now, also, is there a little bit of like, I want to work this guy again? Maybe I'm rubbing his shoulder a little bit, stroking his ego a little bit. Maybe a little bit of that. But I just think Nolan's a GOAT, man. I've worked with Nolan, 2 movies, and I really love what he does. So I think it's great. 3 movies, actually.
He's the best. Nobody better.
Nobody better.
Get out there. I'll be watching this in the theater.
Me too.
For sure. It's going to be great. We don't know how much they're spending on it yet, right? It's got to be $300 million.
I think it was 350. So I can double check on that. But they don't, we'll have more of a better understanding of the budget when we get closer to release, because they're still in post. So who knows how much they're actually going to spend in post and marketing and all that. But production budget itself, I'm guessing it's around 350. I know they're saying it's Nolan's biggest production budget right now. Let me see if I can actually find that. Yeah, I'm gonna
push back. I'm gonna push back on you while you're looking that up.
I'm seeing from 250 to 300, but Nolan spent 200 million on most of his movies, so 250 to 300. I bet it's closer to be 350.
You're saying that the script writes itself, and I have to imagine that part of the reason they haven't made it yet is because it's going to be tricky making a big Cyclops that's believable and doesn't pull you out of the action. But also just how it's very broad. It's just kind of foundational in the kind of archetypes and tropes that it's using. So I actually think that probably the main reason that they haven't made one of these before is because you want it to have drama. Like the Armand Assante one from TV, from 30 years ago, it was cheesy. And yeah. I don't think that's the fault of the filmmakers. I think that they were just doing the material kind of as written, but really to reach into it and to find the kind of humanity of the themes that it's playing on, and then make those play for a modern audience. I think that is probably the trickiest reason why they haven't made it yet. I think it was probably a virtually impossible task to write that for modern audiences, and it took them this long to find somebody that could do it justice. Yeah,
it took them Nolan, the cut the cheese,
Yeah, they had to get the big cheese in there to take care of it.
I mean,
I love Christopher Nolan, man. I love him. Everything he does turns to gold.
And I haven't seen that original one, so maybe I should go back and watch it again. I mean, maybe I think I think I saw it in high school with you, but in my mind I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Mike's like,
you don't need to see it.
Just wait for this. And John said, have you seen the Cardi B trial? I heard that. Weren't they throwing that out? Cardi B trial? She's saying it's giving Amber and Johnny vibes. I'll have to check out more of that. If it's still going, let me know, John. Because I thought that was being thrown out, or she was being able to step away from it or something. But yeah, I mean, dude, we'll see what Nolan does. I can't wait to see. I gotta tell you, like I said before, I'd love to see Nolan do a comic book thing with Marvel, but I can't see him doing like the next Gambit movie or something. I don't see that happening.
No, he wants control, man.
Yeah, he does want control. And Gambit, I don't know if you saw this. Gambit, Channing Tatum was talking about this, and he was saying that he's not going to have the thick Cajun accent in the new Doomsday movie. They're going to subdue it a little bit, make it more serious, bring it back a little bit, because the directors, the Russo brothers, said they want it to be funny, but they don't want it to be full Deadpool. They want it to be held back a little bit, as Ryan Reynolds wanted to be like in your face. You can't understand him. As thick as possible. So the jokes come with like, what's he saying? What's he doing? And so they're pulling it back quite a bit. And he actually is from that area. And his father had a thick accent growing up, he said as well. So he lived around that accent his whole life. That's why he was super excited to actually be playing that. But he suffered an injury on set too. And so he's not even doing the stunts now as they're shooting Doomsday. He's got a double doing it. Apparently his character is fighting Doomsday at one point, Robert Downey Jr. So yeah, you can't have that thick accent. You know, it was fun for Deadpool, but for, you know, what the Russo brothers are going to do, it'll be much more serious. Like you bring that thick accent and the whole thing changed to a comedy. And that's not what these movies are going to be. Comedy elements. But can you imagine like Robert Downey Jr. is going to be like, what is he saying? I'm home. What is he saying? You know what I mean? Like nobody wants that. Maybe we do want that. Maybe we secretly want that. I don't know.
I actually think that is what I want. But you know, we had the character from the X-Men cartoon, and he had a pretty thick accent like that.
He was great. He was great in the cartoon.
He was tough though. It might not play the same in live action as it did in a cartoon.
They did it again. They brought it back for X-Men '97. They still kept it in there too, and it was pretty thick. So it wasn't as thick as Channing Tatum's. His Tatum's was like, whew, it was like, what's he saying? But it was hilarious though. It was especially because you're waiting for that character for like a decade. Now you're finally getting him, and he's like the biggest joke ever. You know. Mm-hmm. But do you think that
Gambit had his own movie that was going to come out? The guy canceled, didn't he? Yeah,
that's what Channing Tatum was supposed to play it. For back in the day for Fox, they had moved forward. They had a script and everything. I guess the script was pretty bad though, and so he was like, "It's probably best thing it didn't actually happen." But I guess it was pretty bad. But then they, of course, you know, he eventually got to be saved here by Ryan Reynolds now, and now he's in Doomsday. So look at him. He's back in. But I bet he's done after Doomsday.
Possibly better off as a secondary character than piloting his own movie. Yeah. Also, set to direct that movie was Doug Liman.
Oh, we'll be talking about him today.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. He's a great director. I'm excited about. And you know, he was also doing the Roadhouse movie, and then of course Amazon wouldn't release that from streaming. They wouldn't put it in theaters, and it was supposed to go to theaters, so he was mad. And then he bounced for the second one. Then you had Guy Ritchie attached at one point for the second one. Now I'm not sure who he just dropped out recently, so we'll see who's directing that.
They're making Roadhouse 2?
Yep.
Okay.
Jake Gyllenhaal's coming back.
I never saw the remake.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
That's the role that Jake Gyllenhaal he beefed up for that role though.
Yeah, he got 80 million views on Amazon, so it did really well on Amazon. So I don't know, you know, doing well doesn't always help you sometimes. Look at Howard Stern; he's been doing well for years, and apparently he's been canceled. But he said when he's been on vacation, he's like, I heard from you guys online that I was canceled, even though I didn't hear it from the studios at all or Sirius XM. But now they said like, you know, he's supposed to be back this week, and they pushed it till next week. So next week, September 8th, he will appear, and he'll be back out. And they made a statement from SiriusXM saying, fired, retiring, canceled, bye-bye Bowie, Howard Stern will speak. Bye-bye Bowie. I love that. They're having a good time now. But he did sign a five-year agreement back in 2020, so it's running up right now. And they were saying the online thing was that he wanted more money, or they wanted to pay him less money, and so he wouldn't accept that, and so the show was going to end. But then he's saying that he never heard any of that, and that the show is ending. So I guess we'll actually see when he speaks forward and he has his moment to actually talk about it. But he didn't say he's not done. So I just don't see Howard Stern going anywhere. I feel like this guy's going to be doing radio until he's like, you know, white and pasty and looks like Dracula. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what's going to happen. I don't think he's going anywhere.
It sounds like negotiations are ongoing.
Yeah, I feel like
everything else that we heard, I guess, was just kind of speculation based on the current
hearsay. Hearsay, definitely hearsay. Guys, like, follow, share. Take him to Kruse. Okay, let's go right now. I'm like, no, I don't have Kruse Court built in here. I do not have Kruse Court built in here. It'd be funny if I actually did. Maybe one day, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I feel like this guy's not. He's not. Even if he leaves, Mike, it's like Colbert. Like he'll go someplace else. Somebody will scoop him up. If they don't work out, I can see somebody else. Maybe it's Spotify. Maybe Spotify will boot him up. They got Rogan over there. Maybe they grab him too.
Yeah, that actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I think. And
who's his audience now? Is his audience just aged with him? Because I can't imagine that any of the youngsters these days are picking him up. And like even you and me, Brian, like we're a little bit. We were very young when he was really popular.
Yeah, I never really listened to him or watched him. Uncle Marty did. Uncle Marty watched him all the time, but he also liked the girls on there too. So that's also why Uncle Marty watched that. He liked the girls.
He was hoping to see something.
Yeah, he was hoping to see something, some candy. So I gotta tell you, I didn't really watch the Private Parts. I never saw that, even though I heard that was pretty good as well as a movie. But he kept going for, decades. And I think there's got to be an audience still. He's still got great viewership, so people are listening. People still like him. I know ever since like the politics came in, I guess they're worried about politics being the reason why he might be going away, because there's a bunch of cancellation of these people that have stood up against orangutan. So I just don't know where that goes.
I'm sure he wants more money than they want to give him too. Just because he's got so many years under his belt and he's commanded such a massive audience for so long. But I don't know if he retains all of them or not. Although, what else does SiriusXM have going for it?
Nothing.
Question.
Nothing. That's why when it was Sirius and then XM, and there were two different things, I'm like, the name made itself. SiriusXM, it worked really well. But like, there was both of them weren't surviving alone. They had to actually merge. I feel like the whole satellite radio thing is kind of a dying breed right now. I just don't see it.
No, you got Bluetooth in your car. You got whatever on your phone. Like, what's even the point?
Yeah, CarPlay. You're playing from Spotify, podcasts. Everybody's listening to podcasts. I feel like his brand, if he's going to succeed, he's going to go to Spotify, Apple, or he's going to go to iHeartRadio, something like that. And then people, it seems like a Spotify guy. I'm going to say it. I think I can see him landing over there, and then he's just going to launch there, or maybe he does his own podcast, and that blows up. People do well. Look at even Don Lemon did his own thing after he left CNN, and he's been doing great on YouTube and the TikToks and all that. He's doing his thing, not going anywhere.
Yeah, Sirius is going to need to pivot, otherwise they're not going to be long for this world. And the player market is already totally saturated with Amazon and Spotify.
They have an online thing, but it's not as you're going to have to completely switch that. But I just don't understand. They're not that competitive. They're very expensive. So I don't know, guys. What do you guys think, John? What do you think, guys? Let me know out there. Like, follow, share, as always. Help us crack this algorithm. I don't think he's going anywhere, but Michael Douglas might be going someplace, because Michael Douglas said that he's ready to retire. Well, he's saying that he's ready to step away from acting. Now, his new movie, Looking Through the Water, might be his very last movie, where he plays, an elder gentleman who's reflecting on a situation that happened in his life, talking to his grandson, trying to recoup that relationship. And then his son, actually, his eldest son, Cameron Douglas, actually plays his younger version in this as well, where he's pretty much losing his job. And then his father calls him on a fishing trip, and that fishing trip apparently changed his life forever. And so he's reflecting on that as he's talking to his grandson. But Douglas said he wants to step away from acting. He didn't say he's officially retiring, but his hiatus from acting, he says he has no real intentions of ever returning to acting again. And his last movie before this was Ant-Man Quantumania. So it's been a bit since he was actually on screen. I saw him over there in Quantumania. Great guy, really nice. And, he's getting up there, Like, what do? You got to eventually think about your morality. But as an actor, though, too, it's like you can pop in and do like a role, like a couple days here and there in a project and still keep acting. I don't feel like, regardless of whatever happens in my life, I feel like I would always be acting somehow, popping in, making a little persona,
That's a pretty. We talk about that pretty frequently on Cruise Control and on this show, Brian. Right? Like, why bother saying I'm officially retiring, I'm done, and then 18 months later saying, well, yeah, this project.
Guess who's back?
Came across my deck. Guess who's back? But Michael Douglas didn't say that. He didn't say I'm retiring, I'm done for good. He said, I don't have any plans in the future. So it was something like that, and it's like, yeah, then that comes across as genuine. I think you're like, oh well, I'm older than heck, and there's nothing that I want that's on my desk right now that compels me. That I have more money than God. There's no reason for me to get out of bed right now. Like
why would I do that?
Makes sense. Why
would I go to set for those long hours?
But that doesn't hold out the possibility that, like Daniel Day-Lewis just happened to, he decides to do a movie with his son, right? It's the exact same situation.
100%. Like he would say he had no real intentions, and now here he is again. Maybe him and his son will do something else. Maybe that'll happen. I mean, I feel like that's happening more and more with these, like the Nepo baby type deal. You know, like we're talking about Daniel Day-Lewis. It also happened over on what was on the Godzilla series with Wyatt Russell and Kurt Russell, where they played the younger version of each other, or the older version,
Brian,
younger version.
Kurt Russell is a Nepo baby from his dad, though, too. It's been happening forever in Hollywood.
It's true. They just keep they keep going. The Nepolution? Is that a thing?
No, that's nice. That's nice. You got to remember that one. Nepolution.
The Nepolution. It's been rising for a long time.
They can keep pumping out Russells, though, as far as I'm concerned. Those guys make great movies.
Yeah, it's funny because I heard recently that Jordan was sharing this with me, and then I saw it pop up online that Wyatt Russell was one of the person that actually got that fight on that Marvel set on Doomsday the other day, where it was people were saying it was maybe Ryan Reynolds, maybe also with Robert Downey Jr., but now they're saying it was Wyatt Russell and David Harbour, which I'm like, that seems weird that it was those two guys fighting. Like, they did all of Thunderbolts together. Why would they be fighting on the set of this? But who knows? That's the new rumor out there.
We're still in rumor phase with this.
Yeah,
who knows if we'll ever get any solid answers for that one.
Yeah, I don't know. But we are getting some answers about Toy Story. The new Toy Story, of course, is coming, guys. And the opening sequence is apparently leaked online at D23's Walt Disney Studios showcase in Orlando. They were like, okay, I'll give you a little bit of taste of the new Toy Story. And they got Buzz Lightyear lands on a mysterious island as he attempts to make an escape from that place. There's a bunch of Buzz Lightyears there, and they're all like, to infinity and beyond. No, they're all just talking about Star Command, and they keep saying Star Command, Star Command. Next thing you know, they get on a boat and they're trying to take off and leave the island. And they're saying this could be like just the opening sequence, or it could be a dream sequence in the actual movie. But there's a bunch of Buzz Lightyears trapped on a deserted island, trying to get away and trying to fly away, but they have to get on a little life raft to try to escape. It seems like something like how would he get there? Maybe we're gonna have like a bunch of Buzz Lightyears in this movie, man. Maybe it's like a bunch of Buzz Lightyears that aren't Buzz. They're going to be. Didn't we have an evil Buzz in the second one or something? No, we did this already, didn't we?
It was a long time ago, man. I do not remember that. You fall off a boat. You're a crate of toys, and you fall off a boat. Boom! You're on a desert island.
Bam! That's it. I feel like maybe that could work. I don't know. I have no idea. Bo Peep's supposed to be a big part of this movie too. I have no idea what it's going to be, but I'm all about it. I'm going to watch this. I love the Toy Story movies, regardless if they do. The whole voice cast is back. I hope it's not a dream.
I hope it sounds like an interesting premise.
You think that Bo Peep and Woody will actually get married in this one? Maybe it's Bo Peep and Woody's wedding, and Buzz is trapped and he's got to get there.
Yeah, could be. It depends on how many more movies they're intending to make.
I know.
They're not stopping.
Can toys get married, Mike? What do you think?
Yeah. What are you, a bigot, Brian? Toys can get married.
I'm just wondering. Maybe
toys can get married. You can. I mean, I don't know if the state recognizes it yet. We're not that. Yeah. that
maybe eventually.
Society.
Maybe eventually. Maybe that's the next movie. The next movie is trying to get the state to acknowledge their nuptials.
That our teddy bears are alive and they have the right to love each other.
Yes. They're sentient beings just as much. But guys, a lot of breaking news.
How did we get here, Brian?
I don't know. How do we get here, Mike? We're live on an app with Tiki Talks talking about Buzz Lightyear and Star Command with a talking dog.
Sentient toys marrying to each other. Cats and dogs living together. Who knew?
Right? With a talking dog hanging out with us. It's good, right?
With the talking dog. Good point.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. Happened, Mike.
You know I love you.
Yeah, I know, Pep Star. I love you too, buddy. Great breaking news, guys.
Shawang!
We're not going to do hot takes today. I don't think so, right?
That's fine. You're the host, man.
Yeah, we're not going to do hot takes today. There's like nobody here anyways. So I love you guys. I love you, John. Hope you're having a great time today. Let's talk about a little bit of comic stuff. These I have to go through him like his audio podcast too, Mike. I think that's always fun as well, Like the audio form of these is always good. But Comic Corner, guys, Marvel Zombies is coming. Releasing 4-episode series, Marvel Zombies, coming out September 24th on Disney+. It starts with a warning being a nod to the Marvel Universe. This is an adult program. Adult animation never be done before in Marvel. Get ready for those zombies to rise up. Yeah, GOAT. Thank you, John. Appreciate you. The zombies are about to rise up, and a slew of stars are reprising their roles. Like, there's a lot of the MCU actors are coming back for this. Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Rudd, Florence Pugh, David Harbour, Tessa Thompson, Simu Liu, Awkwafina, Haley Steinfeld, Wyatt Russell, Randall Park, Iman Vellani, let's do us, Dominic Thorne. Like, a lot of people coming in here for this. But the one thing I laughed at is
that is insane for a TV animated series, man. That's
right?
Like an insane level of star power. Yeah, probably unprecedented.
I'm shocked though, but not shocked. Mahershala Ali is not playing Blade in this. Nope, no Mahershala Ali. They actually have Todd Williams playing Blade, which even fuels me further, Mike, being like, I don't think that Mahershala Ali will ever be Blade. I think they're going to scrap all of that. I don't think it's going to happen. But in Marvel Zombies, the Avengers are overtaken by a zombie plague. A desperate group of survivors discover the key to bringing the end to the superpower undead, racing across dystopian landscape and risking their lives and limbs to save the world. Bum, bum, bum. Get ready for those zombies. This is like the first time they're doing adult stuff, especially animated, like super graphic, super gory. Is this how we save the MCU? Because that's my question to you, Mike. Do we have to go graphic and gory and merge in like horror with superheroes to actually get the fan base back?
The MCU needs to be saved?
Yeah, it's not doing good, man.
It's hurting. They just want it back to previous levels of success.
Yeah,
you don't save it.
Yeah. No, I mean, like look at Fantastic Four. That honestly, at the box office, it made like $80 million. So it made money, but
that is rough.
It's rough for the MCU.
No, it did not. That can't have made money with $80 million.
Yeah, I mean, like, you think about it. Well, I mean, overall, it made like 400 and some million, right? But they spent like 300 million on it plus marketing. You know what I mean? So it was like,
right.
Yeah, I think
not
marketing
a huge flop, but they're not making money.
Yeah, I think it made about. I think it spent overall like 320 million plus. It was like 250 or something for the budget plus marketing, and then after the day,
they're spending. Yeah. That's too much money to spend on that movie. I like that movie, but they didn't need to pay that much money to create it, I don't think.
They spent way too much money on that.
There's some waste in the series if they're spending that much. And
dude, there's a lot of waste. There's a lot of waste over there. And then like, I mean, I get it. Like you got to do the special effects, but like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why they would spend that much money on what happened. I just don't get it. But that's what I'm saying. Like the MCU is not doing great, and people are upset about that. Do you think this can turn around?
Maybe. Your audio went wonky for me, Brian. I don't know. You sound kind of scratchy.
Oh, it went to my AirPods for a second. You think guys could turn it around a little bit? Having zombies, Avenger zombies, flop.
Apple
John saying,
products. Yeah, I do.
Apple
did you guys?
product.
Anybody that's still in the chat? Did you guys watch the trailer to this? If you haven't, I would recommend you do it.
I like the trailer. Right, it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good,
I mean,
Mike.
it wouldn't. It seems like the most star power in a TV animated series ever. It wouldn't surprise me if it's the most expensive TV animated series either. It basically looks like any of the Spider-Verse movies. Not exactly. It doesn't look that expensive and that detailed, but it looks really dang good, and they got a lot of talented people behind it. I mean, I think it seems like it's just Disney has finally decided. Somebody whispered in somebody's ear and said, like this, what they want a piece of Peacemaker and The Boys. These MA series are making big money. And it was probably Walking Dead, that was one of the earlier big money makers and back then people were probably telling Disney, oh, dude, you got to get on that TV MA on that teat. You got to suckle there.
Get that teat in there and make that happen.
But it's not consistent with their brand up to this point, really. I mean, they've got probably some other MA series, but if you watch the the trailer, people are getting not just chopped in half, but like chopped into quarters and fifths and sixths. Like
they get into it, Mike. They go deep.
They go deep. It's in there for shock value. It's as gnarly as any other anime or animated series that's out there. So it is kind of surprising coming from Disney, but it does make me think that maybe this is them opening up, or maybe just Marvel is just such a portion of their cash cow, and the online community or the more mature oriented material people make up a big portion of that Marvel pie, and they want that whole pie.
Dude, I mean, you're saying, like, you're right. Peacemaker's doing it, like, really graphic. Of course, they did it with Creature Commandos. They went pretty deep in there, too. Harley Quinn did really great, too. They went deep. Look at everything, like The Boys, of course. There's, like, the other superhero one they had, Invincible. That one's doing great.
Invincible was great. Actually, yeah, it's probably more affected by Invincible than anything, the success of that. That's a great series.
It's graphic, it's gory, you're getting in there, it's different for superhero stuff. I think they're seeing that and they're like, shocking value. I think people see that and they're like, what? John said, I was convincing my dad to get Nero Nightberry. Oh, that's funny. Nero Gum. John, you're funny. You're hilarious. He's saying flop. Many people are not seeing Marvel because in 2 or 3 months, it goes to Disney Plus. Everything's gnarly. We love pie. What's up, Lacey? I gotta say, that's the thing too. I think that maybe that streaming release schedule, that's hurting them as well. But I do think that they are trying to find this new audience. Like I said before, Bob Iger wants to bro out. Is this broing out too, maybe? Like by getting graphic and gory and changing the whole trajectory and being more adult? Maybe that's broing out. Maybe that might be what
broing out is.
Getting people to be involved. Because
I think maybe that's specifically what he was referencing to like zombies and getting more. Can you say the word V-lence? I don't even know if that's allowed on TikTok.
I don't think you can say that. What's up, Lacey? I don't know if you can say Vitalence. Vitalence, I'm going to call it. Vitalence.
Pilence.
Pilence. Man, you can't say. I had Lexi on yesterday, and she dropped the F-bomb so many times, and I was like, it's okay. It's okay. We can apparently do the F-bomb, but like they don't want it every 5 seconds. So yeah. Apparently that's where it gets like off the rails sometimes. And she was also saying the K to the I to the double L, which I think you can't say that all the time. I think that's supposed to be a no-no. GR likes saying that too. And I'm like, that's a no-no. It's a no-no. You're hurting our algorithm.
It is hard. It is hard, even if you're not using these words in an explicit kind of sense.
Well, you start talking about zombies too, or you talk about like, you know what I mean? Like someone's going to say something about that. We were talking about Dexter. What are you going to say what Dexter does? He unalives people. Yep. That's what John says.
Serial unaliver. Yeah.
Serial unaliver. But these are serial unalived characters that I think the comics are cool. They really are cool. It's different. They had like a what if episode that was pretty awesome. And I was like, they could do a whole thing about this, but they were very PG about it in that one. But they're going all out. And I think this is the whole thing about broing out. Finding a way to attract yourself to a more adult audience. And maybe that will make people instill having some excitement for Marvel again. Because, I guess like I said, Fantastic Four made $507 million worldwide, 507 worldwide. But after all said and done, they probably made about 100 million, maybe a little bit more. Now I'm looking at, they went up a little bit since last time I looked, maybe 120 million. They made gross profits after all expenses. Not great for Marvel. I mean, it's money. They did the same thing for Ant-Man Quantumania. They called it a massive bomb. When it happened with Quantumania. Also, you look at Thunderbolts. That made about 100 million as well. Brave New World, according to them, their budget was 180, even though the record coming out was $320 million. So I don't know how I believe. But if it's 180 million, they made about 200 million on there, which I do not believe for that piece of crap. That was horrible. So they're trying to find a way to make money. People are worried Doomsday is going to actually fail too. If Doomsday fails, that's not great. They're spending they're giving Robert Downey Jr. $100 million to do 2 movies. $100 million. It's a lot of money. $50 million a movie. Man. Great for him. I would be like, I'll take your money. Yes, and please, and thank you. Let's go. Let's Avengers Assemble. Let's go right now. But a more adult theme, more graphic. They're gonna have like zombie Thanos in here. Also going to have zombie, like everybody, like Captain America, Iron Man, and of course Scarlett Johansson. I think she's a zombie. You got Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is a big one. But you also have Florence Pugh and the Thunderbolts leading the way, I think, in this too. So it feels like a Thunderbolts type movie, but with zombies. Is this something that you think that will be big on Disney Plus, Mike? What do you think? This could be it? Could it be their big jam?
Do you have Sean on later tonight to discuss this?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's
I can't wait to see what he says about it.
I'm really interested in hearing his take on this.
I know. What if they did that too, John? They did that at What If too. They better make Doom epic. Doom better be epic. Doom has. I actually saw that. Who was it? There was an actor came forward today, and they were saying that Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom's gonna knock your socks off. That he's so good. And I was like, and one of the actors watching on set, and I was like, okay, well, we'll see. People also say things like you were talking about Tom Holland earlier. Tom Holland saying things that maybe will make the press go crazy, bananas. But maybe it's not that. Maybe that's not that good. I don't know. I really am excited about this. The trailer's great. They go all in. And Marvel not holding back. They put that disclaimer right away, being like, the violence is coming, guys. Get ready. It's different than Marvel we've ever done before. It's a good test of the water. 4 episodes. 4 episodes. Disney Plus. Pop it out there, see what people feel like. If it does well, maybe a Marvel Zombies feature, Mike? What do you think about that? Could that happen?
It all comes down to the writing for me, Brian. Like, because obviously it's a gimmick just to take your superheroes, throw a slap of zombie paint on them, and make it extra violent. And then just hope the viewers show up. It seems to me like could it be good? It could be good. But basically just violence, zombies, superheroes is not interesting enough for me to care about. I mean, Invincible was a great series because it had a fresh take on what it was like to be a superhero. That was completely about the writing, and that was Robert Kirkman, who we know from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Much more than this. This seems to be it seems like a callous thing. Like, I think that Disney doesn't want to be relegated to being the family streamer. They want to be the everybody streamer, because right now they probably have a lot of people are subscribed to them for kid content, I guess, and Marvel content, but maybe they just want the generic violence fan. They want that extra piece of the pie. I don't know. Sorry, what was your last question, Brian? I veered off back into what I was thinking before.
Well, I was just saying, do you think that this could be like a movie version could come? Because I would like a movie version. I feel like with the whole Hulu merger, because now Hulu and Disney Plus are merging into one app officially. I think it's coming this spring. So it's going to be one whole app, if not this late fall, one whole app where they're going to get rid of Hulu, get rid of Disney. Bam, we're finally one, which it should have been for a long time. They've owned both platforms for, it feels like forever now. And maybe with that whole merger, you might see more adult things happening. Alien Earth is doing still really well over there. The last episode was a little boring to me, but it's still doing really well. And I haven't seen, I think there's one episode just came out tonight, or it comes out last night. I'm going to watch that. I can't wait to see where that goes. But maybe that will lead to a feature film of zombies. If this does well, Mike, I can see him doing it. What's up, Atlanta? Welcome back. I can see him doing an adult version of zombies. But then again, they're not going to, are all the actors going to come back for that? That's the hard part too. And a lot of the actors don't come back for these.
R-rated movies don't make as much money either.
They don't.
So
Deadpool Wolverine, though, made $1 billion.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe that also is changing their idea of how they're going to, because that's very much a bro-out movie, I guess, right? That's a bromance.
There it is. Wow, we had no idea what that meant at the beginning, at the top of the hour. Yeah, and we came around by analyzing the topics on the news cycle.
The Marvel prominence on the market, But I feel like I'm just gonna keep making words up.
Better than getting kicked off the platform.
Yeah,
but
if
we stay family friendly, then we can eventually migrate over to Disney Plus.
Yeah,
where they'll let us say any words we want, and we can just chop all these zombies into bits. It'll be great.
And put one little caption at the very beginning, and that's it, guys. Let it go. Let it go. Ready to rock and roll? Let's go.
Little sticker in the upper corner of the screen.
Dude, I want to see this. We'll see if it does make that a whole revolution happen for Marvel. I don't know. Could happen, Mike.
I want it to be good, Brian. I don't think it's necessarily going to be good. Sean will probably have more of an insight about who the creative team is behind this.
Yeah.
And if you know, I want it to be good. I do want it to be good. I don't believe it yet, but I want it to be good.
Dude, I like that trailer. I saw that trailer. I was like, oh, okay, we're going there. And it was crazy. It was crazy for like a Marvel thing too. And it's 4 episodes only. Hangover 2, Sinners, It. Those Hangover 2, Sinners, It. Marvel isn't my cup of tea, Atlanta says. A lot of people are very sour on Marvel right now. Even on YouTube or on our show, people will be like, we're done. We're not going to watch. I'm just saying it, Mike. You to the tubes. Over there, people are saying they're not going to watch Doomsday. It's going to bomb. They're putting out garbage. Nobody believes in Marvel anymore. It's wild to me. Like everybody's like, no, we're done.
Come on. It's an Avengers movie, though. You got to go see an Avengers movie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're going to assemble. I mean, the whole idea of Avengers, though, is that Captain America went back in time. This is a rumor. He went back in time. I don't know if I told you about this, Mike, if you heard this, but he goes back in time to be with Peggy, right? The last one to have his happy ending. But by doing that, it caused massive incursions, and one actually hurt Doom's world that had him lose like the love of his life and everything. And so he's mad, so he goes back to get Steve Rogers and destroy their universe.
I buy it. I believe. That makes total sense.
So Captain America getting jiggy with it caused the whole world to explode.
Hey, what won't we do for love?
That's what we do for love. And you know what? People maybe maybe they'll one day love Marvel again. Maybe one day. More than twice. Situations, and also, violence. Vita the Islands. I just said it too.
You're over it.
Yeah, I'm over it. Any election news? I will find out, Atlanta, a week from Friday. I've been doing interviews with people, and I had an interview with Chuck, who was running for national president, and that got some good stuff and some haters too. Is how it goes. Haters and people. People said I was too soft. Some people said it was great. I was fair. You know how it goes. I say let the people think for themselves and let the person speaking. We go from there. We have to all work together. Did you guys see Strange Darling? I never saw Strange Darling. You ever see Strange Darling, Mike?
I don't even know what Strange Darling is.
Yeah, what is Strange Darling, Lacey? My boy Jordy voted. I know.
Stranger Things.
I'm happy
Strange
Jordan
Darling.
voted for me. I appreciate Jordan. Jordan put a whole thing up online and say vote for me too, which was pretty great. Yeah, I got a lot of love from some people too online saying vote for Brian Kruse. So, I mean, I got people that voted for me, and I think there's the people that are on the coalition that are voting for me too. But there's also a lot of there's hate. I'm the outsider. And I'm saying the things that everybody's saying that we gotta fix these things, and we'll see if people give me a chance to do it.
You're showing up. You care. You got a great platform. You're putting your prerogative out there. You got a plan of attack. So
I'm not holding back.
Man. We'll see. Not holding back. We'll see how that shakes out. I think you run a really transparent, honest, and open campaign. I think LA would be better to have you in that position. Honestly.
Yeah, and Kruse we trust. Atlanta says, "Thank you, Atlanta 76." Yes. It's a horror movie shot entirely on 35 millimeter. Just watched it yesterday. It was really cool. That's what Lacey said.
Love it when they shoot stuff on film these days.
Strange Darling. I'm putting it on my list there, Lacey. Strange Darling. Strange Darling.
It looks so crunchy. I was watching like Goodfellas the other day. I didn't make it through it, but I was like, man, this is beautiful. Like we lose so much moving to digital. I guess it just changed. Changed, but there's it's hard. You really can't. As of yet, you can't duplicate that feeling of 35 mil.
Yeah. Oh man, they try the lenses. They've been these vintage lenses that are supposed to change look, but just go back to film, guys. I know it's expensive, but maybe it's cheaper now. Maybe it's cheaper now. Goodfellas is one of my favorite laces. I love Goodfellas. Such a good movie. I know it's not, Mike. It's not. Goodfellas is so good.
No.
Yeah. But a good fella in my book is Tom Cruise there, Mike. And let's talk about some Tom news in space in our feature story of the day. Ray Liotta Ray
Liotta.
Liotta, if I can say his name out loud, was fantastic. He was fantastic. I miss him too. Tom Cruise is still around, floating in space, having a great time. There's the movie's been on the back burner for a long time. We're finally getting an update on it now. Of course, Tom Cruise wants to go to space. Wants to be the very first actor to shoot in space. They actually had a deal worked out with the International Space Station to go up there and actually shoot. All right. And now the director's moving forward. Lemon's talking about, we talked about Lemon earlier, he was saying like he's been wanting to make this project for a long time. Of course, he did the whole thing on Amazon we were talking about with, of course, a Roadhouse. He worked with Tom on Edge of Tomorrow, Live, Die, I said, Live, D, Repeat, all of that. Did that movie with him. But now they've been talking about going to the ISS and actually being the first actor to go there. He's still jumping on couches. No, he's not anymore. He's jumping into space, Atlanta. He's the king of stunts, and I'm here for a space mission, Lacey says. Yeah, why are we talking about Katy Perry's Shine Away? Katy Perry tried going to space, but Tom Cruise wants to go to ISS. Now, they actually have a script. They've been working on it for a long time. Lemon was talking about it, saying that he still wants to shoot. He did this short film called Asteroid. He might do more of that, but he said Tom Cruise right now is held up with other projects. Of course, I told you he's doing Days of Thunder 2. He's got Top Gun Maverick 2 coming, or Top Gun 3. He's also got that. He's also got the whole Tropic Thunder spinoff that he's working on as well, the Les Grossman movie. So he's working on that as well. And this is still in that repertoire. I thought this was canceled, but he said, no, it's not canceled. He's still attached to it. Lemon's still attached to it. Tom Cruise is still attached to it. They're trying to make it happen. He says he's even more excited than ever about going to space, not less after working on Asteroid and trying to make things, of course, on a small scale with green screen. He's like, let's actually go to space. A lot of people are trying to do gimmicky things, he said, but he said, oh, it's space. Let's do something that's going to last for hundreds of years that people want to see it. And he thinks that by going to space, doing this Tom Cruise movie, it will be something that will last for generations. He talks about Swingers because he did Swingers back in the day. And he was like, people are still watching Swingers that were not born when I made this movie. And that still stands true over the test of time. And he wants it to be the same way when he actually does this movie with Tom Cruise. And he never said if ever gets to shoot it, which he's hoping it does happen, he said the question will be, what could I do that couldn't be done on Earth to make this such a great piece of entertainment that it will stand that test of time? I'm all about it. I really want it to happen. I've been talking about it for a long time. With Mike, we had a conversation about it. I thought this was gone, Mike. I thought it was gone. The fact that he actually said, Doug said, yes, this is still happening. We're still attached. We're working out everything. Now, of course, ISS had some issues. And, of course, the whole space stuff has been up and down with, of course, Elon Musk, and also with 45, 47, and SpaceX and NASA got their budget cut. But I think that this is good news that Doug's still saying there's a chance this is going down, and he's more excited about it than ever. Mike, can Tom Cruise spacewalk the very first time on film? Or probably digital?
Yeah, he should, right? Why not?
Why not?
I mean, he's the final remaining movie star, mega superstar, right?
Yeah.
He's the guy that's you put him on your poster and your movie sells. Like, put him in space. Can he run in space though? A lot of butts and seats.
How does he run in space, Mike?
It's not like running underwater, but you are encumbered by the space suit.
Yeah. Maybe there's like a moment where he has to run to the shuttle, and he's running to the shuttle. He jumps on the shuttle and gets in it fast. So you have that moment.
This is how you run in space. The gravity is too slow for you to really run because it pushes you up higher.
Actually, you think about him doing just this while floating in air, it's actually a pretty cool visual. It's actually a pretty cool visual if you think about it. I like to see it, right? That intense look on his face. Intense face. Lance, that'd be cool. And like, he's such a great director.
Yeah. Do we know anything else like about this project? They haven't really. He said Doug Liman said it's based on a script that he's had for a long time, right?
Yeah, a long time. He's been wanting to do it forever, but he wants it to be like something that stands out, but he's been working on it forever. Tom loves it. I know that. And I think Tom was the person that actually said, we should actually go to space and do this, which, like, why not? This was supposed to shoot this October or last October. I think it was last October. They were supposed to go. And so it's been pushed quite a bit. Now, of course, think about what happened with all of the Mission Impossible movies and the strikes and all that pushed everything back. And then Paramount, the merger, they're probably they probably have some kind of deal with Tom where he has to go there first. He has a first look deal over at WB as well. So that's slowing things down. But I think this might be WB. So I think this might be actually Warner Brothers. So that might actually expedite this too. Maybe. But
I'm trying to think. They haven't released any any specifics on how they would be doing it. I think because they've always done the vomit comet, right? If they need to film zero gravity, they do a parabolic flight, and then they're just in free fall basically for not more than 30 seconds at a time. I don't think so. This would be enabling them to film in that zero G environment just for a longer time. But I don't think. So the ISS really getting a whole man is that going to be expensive?
That's what I'm saying. That'd be so. But they were talking about only bringing like cinematographer, audio, director, and Tom. Pretty much. That was pretty much it. And then they want to shoot outside of it, inside of it, and actually capture, for the very first time, cinematically.
So is it? So you think it's just an ego thing for Tom Cruise? Then he wants to be doing an actual spacewalk on camera.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if
he likes doing his own stunts, so he's trying to heighten, move it up and up. I mean, I guess I can't really blame the guy for wanting to, specifically if he's in a position where he can kind of move those levers and make it happen. Like, why would you not, honestly?
Yeah, you have a director that's all about it too. That's like actually like, yeah, I'll go to space with you. And that's the thing, is trying to find somebody like, let's go to space together. I realized that as I get older, people don't want to do that. I'm like, I'll go to space. People are like, you're insane, Brian. And I'm like, what? Let's go to space. Let's go. I'd be there right with Tom if I could. Let's go. Put me on that rocket. Let's go. I'm a rocket man. And you're right, John. They might need new equipment. There might be new revolutionary equipment that comes. And as you do that too, I feel like talk to James Cameron. He's always, expanding on that stuff too. Maybe he can help him with that. And Atlanta says, yep. I think he's saying yep about how Tom Cruise just wants to spacewalk. I think that's pretty much it. He wants to spacewalk. He wants to be the first actor to do it. He wants to break that barrier. And he wants to put it on film and capture something, which I think is totally Tom Cruise. That's totally Tom Cruise. Like if there's something that people say you can't do, he's like, watch me do it. Watch me run there and make it happen. What's up, Jordan? And he does. He makes it happen. So Tom Cruise in space.
Somebody's gonna have to be the first dude to shoot a movie in space. Like,
yeah.
If not Tom Cruise, then who? Like
Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt's not going to do that. No. Tom Hanks is not going to do that. Glenn Powell. Everybody loves the Glenn Powell these days. It must be Glenn Powell. No, it'd be Glenn Powell. One small step for Tom. Yeah, one giant step for cinema. But I can see him doing that. Like, he's going to be the guy that will do anything revolutionary. He's at that age right now where I feel like he knows that he can only do so many more things before he starts slowing down. And so if you're going to do
I think it is, Brian. I think he wants the cherry on the cake. He's sensing that, his body's getting older, that he's not going to be able to dangle off the Burj Khalifa forever. So he wants to have that one crowning moment to cap off his legacy as the, ultimate actor stuntman.
I feel like Elon would do this with him. Like, Elon would have put him on a rocket and probably go up there with him. Like, let's go, Tom, and send him up there. I could see it happening if you got that man involved. Cruise, do a cameo so you can get a free trip to space and do a live special. I would love that. Can you imagine Cruise Control live from the ISS?
That would be amazing.
Be amazing. I'd be like, you know what? I'm not supposed to be doing this, guys. I'm not supposed to be doing this right now. We're live. Oh my God, we have 1 million people here. So we're live from ISS. It's real. It's real. There's aliens. Gotta go. Z-News coming after me. I don't know if I can say that on TikTok. Probably not.
No, I bet it's a Chinese platform. I don't think they care about Tom's friends.
Probably not. Maybe not. Can you imagine? Oh, man. Whoo! Guys, I would love to see this. And I really thought it was dead in the water. I'm like, this is not happening. It kind of got quiet for a long time. But it's funny because he brought it up in that interview. He was talking about Asteroid. He was like, I got that movie with Tom I'm still working on. And he kind of brushed it off. They're like, whoa. Go back to that. Go back to that. Are you guys still going to the ISS? Which I've heard they might want to try to dismantle it or something like that too and put a new one up there. So maybe that's also a reason why it's delayed.
Right. It's aging. They haven't wanted to continue doing piece by piece the way they've been doing it.
Yeah, so that could be a big reason why too that this is delayed. But if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Tommy Cruise. He's going to run up there. He's running up that hill. And he's going to make it happen, if you ask me. I'm all about it, guys. You guys want to see it? Jordan, do you want to see Tom Cruise on the International Space Station? Guys, always like, follow, share. Goes a long way. Thank you guys so much.
Brian, let me ask you before we get out of here. We're coming down. What do you think about this asteroids project?
It sounds good.
Just a short. Just a short directed by Doug Liman, right?
Yeah. Got a lot of praise.
They're using the Unreal Engine that they use for video games to do motion capture for their face. I don't know how many points of contact they have on the face. But it's being put out by Google to promote Android XR or something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird interface they're trying to push right now. But I mean, if you're going to get some director attached, he's the best person to do it. And it's based off an idea that he has, and he kind of wants to do a feature maybe, or he said a bunch of these shorts maybe, and keep making them as long as they want to keep doing them. Because he had a lot of fun doing it, he said. Jordan, it's just Tom Cruise.
Does this interest you at all, seeing legitimate directors moving into like the VR sphere?
It makes me interested to see where cinema's going when you see that too, because I know like Favreau uses that kind of world just to create like a bunch of his real. He kind of started with The Lion King, where he started using like a VR type deal to start recreating these environments, and they did it with Mandalorian, where they made the stages came from that. So I think it's going to revolutionize how they shoot film. The more these big directors do that, because they're going to find that technology and bring it over. And I think that's a great thing for cinema, because the big directors start seeing the ideas that this technology can make it better and easier and more efficient and make it look more realistic. That's great. But I also worry about like, people's jobs all the time. Like what's going to happen? Some of these people are going to lose jobs over it.
We should mention to the chat that Asteroids is it's being funded by Google. They're promoting it to promote their new Google XR, which is going to be Android XR that they're going to release alongside a virtual reality headset. So the movie is 180-degree field of vision. So, and the director was talking about in one of those interviews that in some respects it's like an IMAX theater, just because you've got a wider field of vision, but then also like it's kind of headshots, because you have to put the characters like right up in your face. Like you're going to be looking at, if Tom Cruise was in it, you're going to be looking at Tom Cruise right there, like 5 feet in front of you, which is kind of a, it would be weird. I don't know if what it's going to be
intimate
like
cinema
to the movie going experience. It's going to be very intimate.
There's some people that are going to really love that though, Mike, because it'll be like people that really love these movie stars will be like, they're right here in front of me too. And that's going to change. I mean, look at what Apple's doing with their whole the Apple glasses, whatever, the VR headset. What they do with that too, it kind of has that same integrated augmented reality, but also like movies are like right there too.
Nobody talked about it since it came out though. Is the thing. They want this technology to take off, but like nothing's clicking. I mean, Beat Saber maybe. The most interesting thing I saw was Half-Life Alyx, the video game from Valve, the people who are on the Steam platform. And they were really kind of making use of the technology. And maybe they're trying to push us, with this movie, they're kind of trying to push us into that next step, so we're actually motivated to go out there and get one. But if it's just little one-offs, it's hard for me to kind of... They definitely haven't created a new ecosystem of content for us yet.
But that's how it starts, though. That's how it starts, though. They start with these little ones, and then they kind of grow from there and see where it goes. And I think they probably will develop it further. Like James Cameron, the 3D brought that back. That started with just like a little breadcrumbs with stuff he was testing. Then he got to Avatar. So the same thing could happen with this too. It's a GoPro. It's different than a GoPro. And Jordan was saying, I meant only Tom Cruise can do that. Mike, a gamer? See, Kruse, get on it. Yeah, Mike's a little bit of a gamer there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been playing New Vegas. I'm a patient gamer.
I am not. I used to be a massive gamer, but I just don't have the time anymore. I wish I could. I need to start making time. That's why I don't know. We'll see how this week goes, everything. But I think it's a first step that more people will love it when they see it. They want to test the waters, Mike. See what people think. You got a big director like that behind it. See what people think about it. If they love it, that person's going to have the vision for it. So you're going to see the best like perspective ever. And then if they love it, get ready for rock and roll. Maybe he'll be the person to revolutionize that. Like again, James Cameron did the 3D. Could be. Now you're in space with Tom Cruise.
But does anybody care about 3D either?
I know. I don't really care for 3D anymore. Anybody in the chat care for 3D anymore? I don't really care for it. I mean, it looks good in Avatar, but I don't see movies in 3D normally because usually that's weird. I don't want to wear the glasses. If I didn't have glasses on, maybe I'd be all about it. But nah. Atlanta says nah. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of it. I'm just really not.
They haven't mentioned any timeline for the Tom Cruise space movie.
Nothing. But no timeline
because they don't know with the space station. They can't. It's really kind of a. They just still want to do it, is what they're saying, right?
Yeah, and they're all attached to it still too. They're all still attached to it. They want to do it. They want to make it happen. Everybody's saying no 3D. Pep Star in 3D would be cool. Pep Star in 3D would be pretty cool, right, Pep?
Oh, you know what was good? You know what was good? And this was another. Sorry, Pepe. This is another foundational Western text. In 3D was Beowulf. Did you see Beowulf in 3D?
Oh, yeah. I did see Beowulf in 3D. Yes.
I almost pooped my pants the first 5 minutes of that movie. It was terrifying in 3D.
That one worked. But that was using the same technology as James Cameron's, too. And then they started doing this cookie cutter, like turn it in post over to 3D, which doesn't work. You gotta build it for 3D. That's when it looks the best, too. And they just don't do that anymore. I did see Saw movie in 3D, and it was nuts. That's what Lacey said. I think they actually shot that for 3D, too. They have special cameras. It's a whole thing. But you got to shoot it in 3D for it to look as good as Beowulf, too. And Beowulf was also like live action actors with the dots, just like Avatar as well. So they went all in with it. But, not everyone does that. They posted on later, and they were trying to make an extra $5.99 at the movie theater because you got it in 3D. It's not the same. No, and that's why I was never a big fan of it. I mean, I don't know. They're still coming out in 3D. A lot of stuff's still coming out in 3D, but is it making money? Is it working? Most graphics look too funny and fake. Yeah, a lot look funny and fake in 3D. Unless you shoot it that way, you're not going to love it. It's not going to be great. But also, you're right, Mike. It comes down to the International Space Station with this. Comes down to Tom's schedule. Comes down to Doug's schedule. There's a lot that has to happen for this to actually, although everything to align for it to happen. And like as John said too, at the end of the day, are people actually going to believe it happens when it does happen? Or will there be another moon conspiracy and they're going to say they just shot it on a soundstage instead?
Good one, John.
We won't know until we see it, guys. Anyways, thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for being here on Cruise Control. Thanks for being here as always. Happy to have you here, Mike. Hope you had a great time today. Thanks for kicking it with Kruse on a hump day, man. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thanks, man. It's always a gift when you invite me to be on your show. And this is for you guys out in the chat. This is not the world's tiniest violin. My wife and I finally just got around to watching Squid Game season 2 and 3. This is Finger Hearts. So that's Finger Hearts for all you guys in the chat.
Oh yeah, Finger Hearts. I love that.
You know I love you.
Thanks, Brian.
I'm a brilliant motherfucker.
Whoa, Pep Star. Whoa. Don't be doing that, buddy. Anyways, good to have you guys here. Have a great day. Thanks for having Mike Casey here, guys. Always happy to have Mike. Right,
Thanks
Pep Star?
for joining us.
Yeah, Pep Star's happy to see you guys. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves. And until tomorrow.
Now we're talking.
Why? Because we're signing off, Pep Star? Man, what sometimes, guys, sometimes this guy, I gotta tell you, sometimes.
Back off me, son.
Salty dog.
Dumb.
All right, guys. Until next time, guys, have a great day. Enjoy your hump day. I'll be back tonight live at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with Sean, our comic book king, over there on You to the Tubes. And Ami Khan coming on for the very first time on Cruise Control. That Thirsty Daddy will be there. Pep Star will be very vocal tonight. Pep Star is excited. A lot of comments in the chat today with Pep Star. Get ready, because if you guys have never seen Pep Star go crazy, he might be going crazy tonight, guys. But yeah, Tim, I'll take Peppy for a walk because he's going nuts. Until next time, guys. See ya.